Yes, he may call Venom his daddy, but he doesn't have a whole lot of respect for his elders. Because today, we're taking a look at Carnage from Hasbro Marvel Legends. Yes, this is Whatcha Figure. Welcome back to the channel. I am Country Boy, and today we are looking at Carnage from the Spider-Man Retro Series line by Hasbro Marvel Legends. And this is a figure, it took me a while to get this guy. He's been out for not quite a year yet, but he's been out for a while. And I had him on pre-order, and he wasn't coming. Finally, thanks to Toy Snowman, shout out to those guys here in Canada. They're a distributor of toys and stuff. He did a video where he was highlighting a bunch of people that did returns and stuff like that, and somebody returned this figure. I don't know why they returned this. This thing looks awesome. I can't wait to get into it. But somebody returned it, and I was like, I hit him up. I was like, hey, if you guys aren't doing anything with that, can I buy it off you? And sure enough, they got great customer service. They were like, boom, right away. They were like, yeah, sure, go ahead. You can order it. We'll send it to you, ship it out to you. Oh yeah, baby. I am getting myself this Carnage. I already got a Carnage that is in the Spider-Man Retro line series as well. It was in a 2-pack. It came with Black Symbiote Spider-Man, and it's a cool one too. That one's probably a little more accurate to the actual cartoon, maybe. This one, I believe, is more of a depiction of the old Toy Biz toy, from what I've seen, because of the white teeth and all that stuff. But before we get into the actual figure, let's take a look at the packaging. And boom, here we have Cletus Cassidy, aka Carnage, in the classic retro packaging that we always get with these figures. Spider-Man says at the top, right there, it says Carnage. You got Carnage inside the packaging, and it says weapon arms as well right there. This is some classic 1990s packaging that you just love, because it definitely reminds me of the old TV show, and it definitely reminds me of the Toy Biz toys that came out back in the day. On the back here, you get a bit of a write-up. After integrating with the symbiote Venom's offspring, dangerous criminal Cletus Cassidy became the ruthless villain Carnage. And you get a bit of a blueprint right there, so you can see all the stuff that he comes with, and another image of Carnage right there. This guy just looks really cool, but you can see there is a little bit of wear and tear that is on my packaging here. I suppose maybe that's the reason why the person might have returned this to the store. I don't care. I'm an out-of-box collector, not an in-box collector, so there's nothing left to do but to get into the packaging.
And here is Carnage out of the packaging. Looking really menacing. This guy is creepy. Like, he's definitely got a cool look to him. I love the reds and the blacks and the way everything is kind of working together. Really cool. He definitely reminds me more, I think, of the comic book than of the cartoon. But before we look at him, let's look at some of his accessories, starting with this big blade right here. This is like a giant scythe that he would use for his arms. He'd stick it on his arm and just slice people in half, sort of thing. This looks awesome. I like the detail, like you got mostly red, but it's got like the black, definitely like vein work going on, almost like oil kind of dripping, or still like Venom is still a part of him, sort of thing. That's kind of what it looks like. It feels good. And then you got this one right here. So we got a bat symbol. So I guess maybe Hasbro's telling us something. Maybe they're going to be going to the DC line or something. No, obviously this isn't a bat symbol. This is like a double-bladed axe is what the idea is here. And again, same level of detail. Definitely has like a bunch of like almost like veins and tendons almost sort of going on, tendrils going. It looks cool. It looks like definitely like Carnage would have something that he would use. It looks really well done. And then you also have this as well too, which is like more tendrils that you can attach to him, like barbed tendrils. You put that on his back, and it definitely looks more like Carnage does. So you can see that this guy obviously has some tendrils coming off his arms and stuff already too. But this one will slot into the hole in his back, and then he'll look even more Carnage-y. So go ahead and put that right there, and boom. This is Carnage. That is cool. That is creepy. But while we're here, let's take a look at Carnage. And you can see he obviously has the big white eyes, which I love that look. That is awesome. People love Venom. I think I'm more of a Carnage fan, if I'm being honest. I think Carnage is more scary looking. He's more menacing. He's just crazy and just murderous. He's just so crazy. But he does look cool. I like all of the black going on here. Again, this is all raised. Like, this is definitely sculpted into his form. And he's got these single hands, so he only has one hand per side. He doesn't come in any spare hands, but they look good. They're definitely like clawed hands and creepy. But if you want to change with these hands, put on these big old weapons, and you can go ahead and do that too. And everything looks really well done. And he has feet this time. It's not just like big shoes. He's got actual toes pointing here. So he's got more of that Carnage toe look. But hey, we are here. Let's take a look at some of his articulation. So starting with the head, we're going to go back about that far. We're going to go forward that far. Really good movement there. Side to side slightly, all the way around. Nicely done. Arms go up right about there and down to there. Really well done as well. There is a butterfly joint, so you can go forward and back really nicely. And you can also spin this all the way around as well too. Then you've also got a bicep cut right here. So go ahead and move that as you wish. And then you do have pins, so you're not pinless. But you know what? I didn't even notice that till just now, so it doesn't really bother me. It's nice that everything's kind of hidden with all the different detail. Go ahead and bend the elbow into here, so it's double jointed, like I said. And then you got the wrist articulation, goes all the way around like that, and then back like that, and forward like that. Really well done. And then you've also got the ab crunch, so you can go back like that and forward like that. Ooh, that's a pretty good crunch. Well done there, Carnage. And then you also got this swivel at the waist. Really well done. And then the legs can go out that far, and then they can kick forward that far. They can kick back like that, I guess. You also got the boot cut at the thigh. And then you've also got the double jointed knees, so he can go ahead and kick his own butt. And then you've got a boot cut as well too. Look at that, nice boot cut up there. And then you go down to the feet, and you can do the toe ballerina pose right there, up like that. Really well done. Side to side rocker as well too. So there you go, side to side. Nice, awesome. This is some really good articulation on this guy. This guy looks great. I think I might like this guy a little bit more than my other Carnage, but you know what? I won't know that until I do some comparisons. So let's do that right now. Comparison time.
Hey, I hope you're enjoying this episode so far. And if you are, please hit that like, hit that subscribe, leave some comments down below, hit the bell as well too. I am CountryBoyNiner with an underscore in there somewhere. Also known as CountryBoyNiner. A whole bunch of different places. You can find me here. You can find me on the Twitch, on the Twitter, on the TikTok. You can find me on Letterboxd. You can find me on Instagram, all over the place. Find me somewhere else. Also on another channel with my friends called Wasted Opinions. We have a blast. We talk comic books. We talk TV shows, movies, video games, and the like. Check us out. We have something for you. I swear we do. But without further ado, let's get back to Carnage.
So a quick measurement here, we'll see that he stands in at about the 6 1/4 inch range, not quite 6 1/2. That's good. He's bigger than Spider-Man, but he's not nearly as big as Venom, which we will compare him to first. So we got Venom here, which is a much taller guy, which is his daddy, like we said before in the video. This is the original one that came out in the Spider-Man Retro series with the cell shading and all that stuff. I've also got this other Venom that came out, I believe it was last year, and he looks cool. This is the one that I think is more comic book version, more kind of related to this guy. I'd say these two kind of fit more together. He doesn't have the cell shading, which looks really awesome. I like both of these guys. About some other comparisons we'll throw in here as well too. So we will toss in this symbiote Spider-Man who came in a 2-pack with this Carnage. So we gotta toss in a Carnage with the Carnage. We gotta compare these two. Obviously, this is more of the cartoon version looking Carnage. He doesn't have the white teeth. He has more of a black painted on look. Definitely more cartoony. This guy is more comic booky, more realistic looking, more menacing, I would say. He's definitely got more of that more realistic look to him. And this Spider-Man is obviously, this is the symbiote Spider-Man, so he's got the symbiote that these guys are all fathered from originally, that became Venom, that became Carnage, that became all the go ahead and, you know, down the line. But yeah, I am definitely liking this Carnage more than the other Carnage that came out a couple years ago. That was a good one. But this one, it's a little more dirtier, I'd say. It's a little more menacing. I think it's a little scarier, if you will. This is the Carnage that I kind of think, maybe his teeth being white aren't so scary. Put a little blood on there. Oh yeah, he's a scary mother effer. They're both pretty cool. I like them both for different reasons. But this one I think is just maybe a little hair higher than the other one. But that is going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I am Country Boy, and I put the sass in Sarsaparilla. But as always, be sure to let me know what you figure. And today we're taking a look at Carnage from the Spider-Man Hasbro Marvel Legends series. You ever play that game on the Genesis? Absolute Carnage? Maybe it was on the Super Nintendo as well too, but I know I played it on the Genesis for sure. Oh man, I love that game so much. It really got me into like the whole Spider-Man and Carnage and Venom world. I love that. In the 90s, that was like pure 90s awesomeness back in the day.
But hey, if you like some Marvel Legends stuff and you want to see more, I got a lot on my channel. Go ahead and check that stuff out. I'm sure you'll enjoy something there. If you don't want Marvel Legends, you want something else, I got a bunch of that stuff as well too. So check that out as well. You just never know, but it might tickle your fancy.